Many of you already know the importance of staying hydrated, of drinking enough water and taking enough fluids into your body in order to stay healthy and be well. But did you ever consider the connection between dehydration and stress? Well, there's a definite connection. Being dehydrated is a stressor. It's a form of stress. And the reason why we can say that is because we know that all of our organs, including our brain, require enough water, enough hydration in order to function properly. So when we are dehydrated, when we haven't had enough water throughout the day, we are stressing our bodies and our organs. They cannot function properly. When this happens, stress chemicals, stress hormones, such as cortisol, for example, are released by the body because the body is stressed. And when we release more cortisol, then our heart rate goes up. We might breathe more quickly or more heavily. And when we do that, we are breathing out moisture through our breath. So we are losing water from our bodies. We are getting more dehydrated. So it can be a vicious cycle where being dehydrated stresses you out. And it's also a stressor. So it's so important to do this simple thing of staying hydrated enough. But many people don't think about it. Being dehydrated is definitely a stressor for the body that can then snowball into other things, causing more stress and making it more difficult to deal with other stresses in our lives. Does it mean that being well hydrated will eliminate all the stress in your life? Of course not. But being dehydrated definitely adds stress into your life. So how do you know if you're dehydrated? Well, a couple of simple things to consider. If you're feeling thirsty, you're already dehydrated. You haven't had enough water in your body for long enough for your body to actually let you know by making you thirsty. So that's number one. Number two, if you go to the bathroom and your urine is really dark or has a strong smell, which something that is not normal for you, then that's a good sign that you may be dehydrated. Of course, those could also be signs of other things, but we're talking about hydration here. So if you haven't had enough to drink and you find your urine to be strong in color and smell, has a stronger odor to it, it may very well be that you haven't had enough water today. And of course, an easy remedy for either of these symptoms is to have some water and see if that takes care of your thirst, that feeling of being thirsty. And then the next time you use the restroom, see if that resolves the issue of the strong color and the strong odor of your urine. If both are resolved, then your diagnosis was correct. You were dehydrated. Make sure you're keeping up with your water intake. What are some easy ways of staying hydrated? Well, the simplest thing is to drink water throughout the day. And not everybody likes the taste of water. I understand that. So maybe you need to add a little something to your water. I don't recommend drinking sugary things and heavy things. Water really is one of the best things for staying hydrated. So maybe you cut up some fruit, maybe some cucumber slices, maybe some fresh herbs, maybe things such as mint or rosemary or whatever flavors you may like, and add them to your water. Allow some of those flavors to infuse. So now you have a tastier, more interesting flavor when you're drinking your water throughout the day without added sugar or chemicals or unhealthy things. Another good way of helping you to stay hydrated is to eat fresh produce, water-rich foods. So many people tend to eat processed foods or animal products, all of which have little to no water content. You want to focus on things that are juicy, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits. Those things can definitely be helpful in terms of keeping you hydrated. So remember, it's so easy to forget the link between being dehydrated and our levels of stress, because being dehydrated is a stressor. But when you're stressed, you may forget to drink enough water and become dehydrated, and it becomes a vicious cycle. So keep yourself hydrated. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to whether you're feeling thirsty. Pay attention to what's happening with your urine when you go to the bathroom, and make it a conscious decision, a conscious effort to drink enough water throughout the day. Flavor it with natural things if you have to. If you prefer to, make sure you include water-rich foods such as fresh vegetables and fruits in your diet, and you should be able to keep up with staying hydrated in no time. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the links below.